Join us for episode 18 of SSC Podcast as we talk about the big ESO news, cloud gaming heating up while GFN seems to be in a stalemate, new and exciting internet tech, and much more. Let's get into it.
Not sorry. Stay sick cause I follow my gut. They say I was pushing my luck. I'ma push me a matte all black truck. I'm not sorry.
What is up, people? What is up, people? What is up, people? It is your boy MM2K in the house. Do me a huge favor. Let everybody know that we're live. We are live, my friends. We're ready to rock a big day in Stadia gaming news. It just gets sweeter and sweeter, and the salt that trickles off the faces of the haters it's more succulent than ever. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, do me a huge favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and rock those bells if you haven't already. I got a very special guest. We may actually have more, I'm not sure, but I definitely want to get my brother that I'm about to bring in here on here, because me and him ain't chopped it up in a while. We was chopping it up. This is how bad it took us to catch up, and that's a perfect segue into what I want to talk about real quick. I'm just gonna take a few moments, and I want to do it with this person off air because I don't want to get them involved in anything, and I'm not trying to get involved in anything. Because what I'm about to say, I'm not addressing to any particular person. But I have been getting hit behind the scenes recently by people in the community, meaning gamers. Some of you are probably even watching right now that said to me specifically, you know, there's no, the hell with it. There's no other way to say it, but to say it, hey, MM2K, you've been selling us a bag of goods, man. You talk about the Stadia community is this, that, and the other, and I'm hearing elsewise. And I'm just going to say this. And again, I'm not addressing any other person because I don't want to stamp on anybody's truth or, you know, their perception of anything that's going on. This is going to sound cheesy. I love this community. I really do love this community. You know, nobody knew who I was a few months ago. I remember when, as I was doing in my crumb side thing, I had an affinity for Stadia, and it was just part of my crumb side thing. And then somebody had said to me, part of the PNTS network, they said, Moss, you really you're passionate for this thing. Maybe start your own channel, do it outside of the crumb side, and maybe you'll see some traction there. And I'm like, cool. And I did it. And nobody knew who I was. People laughed at me. I only had 7 viewers per video and stuff like that. And it was the community that lifted me up on their shoulders and helped me out. And when I say community, I mean not only you guys that are watching, you guys and ladies and gentlemen that are watching, but a lot of you content creators. I love you all. You know, we're all human. We're all people. Everyone's not going to get along. I want everybody that's watching this to tell me if you got along with everybody. If you have, that you've come across in your life, please, you need to write a book ASAP. The community that I'm part of is part of a community with a broader vision. You know, we have a village mentality. How can we help each other? If you come in with that mind state, I think you'll fit in more. If you don't, it'll be more like a square peg trying to fit into a circle hole. And again, I'm not saying any approach is the wrong approach. I'm just saying that I want everybody to know from my perspective that I love everybody in this community. I don't care who you agree with, who you don't agree with. If person A that's having an issue with person B, if person A calls me on Monday and says, MM2K, I need you on my podcast, I'm there. If person B calls me on Tuesday, MM2K, I need you on my podcast, I'm there. If person C, that can't stand none of them mammy jammies, calls me and says, MM2K, I'd like to come on your podcast, I'm extending the invitation. I'm not doing no crumb side stuff here. That belong, you know, that's a different delicatessen for a different plate. So I just wanted to give you guys my truth, my perception, and I just want to let y'all know that I love everybody. I love all of y'all. I love all of y'all, and everybody's been fantastic. Everybody's been great, and I just didn't want I didn't want the perception that people like the person I'm going to bring on here have agendas or anything like that. We're all human. We're all going to stumble, make mistakes. I have. People have checked me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, MM2K, yeah, I got you. I feel you. Okay, I've had to check people. I just had a conversation with a good friend of mine. I'm not gonna name any names. I said, look, I gotta keep it jiggy with you because I only keep it 100. I hope you can appreciate my candor because I appreciate yours. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the ebb and flow of life, man. So I look at every day as an opportunity to grow from people and an opportunity for me to give to people. And because I have that perception and that approach, I feel that this is the greatest community that I've ever been a part of. And I love everybody. And again, I love person A that doesn't get along with person B. I love person C that can't stand A and B. I love you all, and I'm gonna keep it that way. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that we all keep it that way, so that way we grow and build, and we keep this community a pillar to all the other communities. Because trust me, I come from the crumb side, baby. I come from the muck and the dirt and the grime. These little things that we dealing with here don't compare to over there. It's nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to disparage anybody and how they feel in their truth. I'm just saying, I've seen some real stuff. I've seen some real stuff. You feel me? So this message is more or less to the people that had questions to me. Yo, Moss, like, you know, what's going on, man? I'm not addressing any individual situation. I just want to talk about the notion as far as my perspective. I love everybody. And again, when I said person A don't get along with person B and person C hates A and B, you may actually see that. Like I'm talking behind the scenes right now to where that's going to be a reality. Oh, I thought they was beefing. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than that. We are here to spread the truth as far as I'm concerned. And as long as you create content on Stadia and your content is truthful and you're getting to the point, I got a platform for you. I will support your platform. And I hope everybody feels that same way. So that's all I got to say about that. But I felt it was important for me to put that out there. I love y'all. And I know it sounds cheesy, but I mean that. And no, I wasn't selling you a bag of goods. I understand that the air is a man. I'm not holding it against nobody. I love you all. And I thank you so much for your support, each and every one of you. All right. With that said, that's enough. And 6'4" said, we all hate you too, Duncan. And speaking of the homie 6'4", it's time that I bring him in. Riding in my 6'4". Hey, what's up, Jamani? What's going on, good brother? How you doing?
What's goody, brother? How you doing, brother?
I hated to go that long about that, but I didn't want to get you involved. But I love you, brother, and it's been a long time since I was able to get you into a stream, man. So thank you for gracing us with your presence. How you been, man?
Thanks for having me on, man. Oh man, I've been good. It's been a awesome spiritual journey. You know, just a lot of things going on, man. Like you said, we chopped it up in the background and shit, so you got a little feel of what it is, you know. But yeah, it's been good, brother. It's been good. Thank you for having me on here, man. I've been waiting for this moment.
And just so people know, Jamani normally chops it up for several more hours, so he was gracious enough to do that because I really enjoy the show, man. I love it. The smooth operator.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
I say smooth operator.
Heck yeah, man. I love it.
Shout out to Sada. Hey, that's my queen. That's my queen away from my queen, you know.
Do me a favor.
Like my imaginary wife, too.
Your imaginary queen. Oh, yeah, they got their imaginary kings. You know what I'm saying? They got their imaginary kings. You know? Hey, do me a favor, everybody. Hit that hunchback arrow down below. Share this out. Let everybody know that we're live. This is going to be a fantastic show. We got the homie 6'4" in the house. And like I said, we might have some more guests pop up. With that said, let's talk about the big news. Let's get right into it, man. The big news. The pro game explosion, man.
Man.
So originally this was just going to be centered around ESO. But we got a whole bunch of games that went live, that are going to go live. Are they going live effective June? Get me up to speed, because I know you were talking about this earlier.
Yeah. So on June 1st, we have 5 games to claim this month. We've got Get Packed, which I predicted was gonna be a pro game. It just happened a month late, so I still take that one. That's a W on mine. You know what I'm saying? We got Panzer Dragoon, which is a Sega classic, and they've been doing a lot of great updates on that game. So it's awesome we getting that for free. We've got Little Nightmares, which has been out for a few years now, but it's a great indie game which has like an interpretive storytelling. You know what I mean? It's up to you to kind of figure out what the hell is going on in the world. They want you to, play around in it and be terrified and petrified by a lot of stuff that's going on, and just kind of come up with your imagination what the hell the story is. So I can't wait to play that one. And then Power Rangers, what is it? A Battle for the Grid. I literally just installed that game on my PC last night through the Game Pass, whatever, and I was like, yo, Game Pass is dope. But I was like, yo, I like this game, but I actually kind of want it, just myself. I don't know if I want to keep doing the Game Pass thing. Here it is on Pro. Woo! You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy about that one. And it's super hot. Super hot. It's on Stadia now. Another game I've been like, man, I want to get it. I just want to have it on a preferred platform. Stadia is definitely a preferred platform for me. So I'm super hyped about that one coming to Stadia. All supposed to be on June 1st.
Excellent. Bruh. I mean, well, and this is courtesy, as you guys see the story here. Big ups to Stadia Source. Let's go over each game individually real quick again. Power Rangers, that's a fighting game, right? Yes. Am I right? You will probably know better than me, Jamali. Am I right? Is this game crossplay at all? I thought I heard it was going to be crossplay with console.
I don't know, but that'd be amazing if it is. I need to find that out my dang self. That's a good question.
And Duncan's in the chat. Maybe Duncan can let us know. I heard that this game was going to be crossplay. So if it is, Duncan says it is.
It is. Yeah. That's lit. That's lit. I love it.
We got Get Packed, of course, which Duncan is also excited about. We got Super Hot in the house.
Yeah,
that's a big time game, man. So,
Panzer
Dragoon, like you said, is a classic.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? People have been salivating over that one. And Little Nightmares coming too. Like, to me, the biggest thing, and let me know what your thoughts are on this. The biggest thing is not only are these games coming, but the overwhelming majority of them, opposite of Get Packed, the day that they drop on Stadia, they're free games. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, that's phenomenal. Like I said, I mean, these are like, I'm a huge classic Power Rangers fan. You know what I'm saying? Like the OG Power Rangers are like, yo, and I wanted to get this game, for instance, just as an example here, and to see it come free to Stadia, it blows my mind. Super hot. I couldn't believe, first of all, 5 games and then the quality of the games coming free. It's amazing. I think this is a huge fucking win for Stadia, and gamers in general, man. It's huge.
Here we go. They starting already, man. They starting so well. I told you y'all to take the crumb side. Y'all need to stop this. I've been saying it for 8 minutes. I spoke for 8 minutes. Eric, look, I do a show called Scrampunk. Shout out to Dirk Griggity. We do it every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check it out. It's not for the faint of heart, but it's a great show. With that being said, my homie Nethel said to me, he was making fun of Xbox because that's what he said. And he's a big Xbox gamer. My homie Nethel said, look, he said, games with gold is such dog crap right now. He said that even Stadia, and he said, we pick on Stadia all the time, but he said even Stadia is killing it. What are your thoughts on that, man? You think that's a good look for Microsoft?
Say it one more time.
I said, you think it's a good look for Microsoft that you look at PlayStation's games.
Yeah.
Then you look at Stadia's games, and then we get an ESO on top of that, right?
Yeah.
And then you look at Microsoft, you get womp.
Yeah, man. And as a longtime Xbox fan, I was chopping up with Storm in the chat, defending my Xbox fandom with him, letting him know, this is real love for the platform talking right here. This ain't just no hater shit. This ain't just no crumb side shit. It's real love for him, man. They ain't doing it right now, man. They not doing it, baby.
Absolutely.
So it's a bad look, man. It's not a good look at all. It's not a good look.
Now, addition to that, like we've been I just mentioned it, we got ESO coming. All right, this is all from Stadia source. So let's do one of these numbers. All right, if it'll load up, you gonna load up slow ass computer? Okay, there we go. Elder Scrolls Online, man. The base game is coming to Stadia. And what is that? June 16th. What are your thoughts, 6'4"? How big of a deal is this being a pro game the day that it drops?
It's incredible, man. And I had to go back and check. I was like, man, is this game already a free game or something? Not a free game. You know what I'm saying? You have to purchase every part of this game. This is massive. This has a huge following behind it. And just Elder Scroll is it's a massive franchise, you know. So for him to score this the way they did, again, it speaks to the idea that Google isn't here to fool around. You know what I'm saying? They're here for the long haul, baby. You know what I'm saying? And they're getting real big gets out here. This is a big move. This speaks well to what we have to look forward to in the future. And what I have to look forward to in this Elder Scroll Online, because it's gonna be real challenging. There's a few great games out here right now coming out this month, man. I'm like, dude, what am I gonna do with my life? I don't think a lot of them, but yeah, it's just like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. You know, so many damn games. But go ahead.
No. I was just going to say, look, I'm already hooked on the Division. They ain't got to drop another game for a while, and I'm hooked on the Division. That is a hell of a game.
Yes, it is.
Now, man, and with these new seasons, I don't know if you touched it recently. With these new seasons, like when you go take over a control point, now it ain't just a couple of waves of people.
All right.
More waves come, and now they got this thing to where the enemies come out in clusters. And you can't just kill anybody. You have to kill the main enemy in that cluster, or the rest of the bullet damage just deflects off everybody else. So you got to find them. Yeah, bro, it's crazy. And then when I thought I took over a territory, here comes this big ass drone. I had to fight a drone with missiles on it. I said, "Is this Division of Star Wars?" God damn! No. It's a great game, man.
Yeah. I've been off it for a little bit, man. I need to jump back in that motherfucker now.
Bro.
Yeah, every time I get into it, so I'll be like, damn, I'm sucked in. It's such a good game. It is. It really, really is, man.
Yeah. It is a great game. Now, I'm personally happy with that. Because I hunker down in a couple games every so often, play that for a good month until I get tired of it. Then I'll come out for air. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But golly, you got Division, Elder Scrolls Online.
Yes.
Damn, a zombie army still a great. You got more.
Yes.
And look, this is okay. Here goes the question. I know I've been babbling. Here's a question for you, 6'4".
All right.
We know that the Kinect is coming. So first, let me ask you: do you believe that we're going to see bigger titles in the Kinect?
Oh yes.
Goodness. So what does that mean to you? That this is just the tip of the iceberg as far as what we're going to see for June. What does this all mean to you?
It just means, again, like I said, man, Google is here to be a major player in this game, man, and they're not going anywhere. They're just hunkering down even deeper into the ground, man. They're getting everything just locked in, and I think we're just going to see some incredible stuff coming from. You know, it's funny because somebody was talking about in a stream yesterday. They were saying, you know, we just see too much of the same stuff, man. We kind of reached the peak of graphics and all that, man. I just want to see something revolutionary when it comes to games and technology and all that stuff. And I'm like, man, y'all just passing over what's already here, man. You know, Stadia and cloud gaming is here. You not seeing it yet. And so that's what that means to me, man. It's just we're gonna see some incredible shit, man. That's just
That wall's gonna be broken down.
Oh yeah,
eventually. And I know I keep picking on these guys, but the Yang Ye's and the Tom Warrens, and the Dreamcast guys, they're going to look at the fools that they are. Okay.
Yeah.
When that wall comes down and people say, "Oh man, Stadia's looking great." The thing that people got to remember is that this is stuff that they've been doing since day one.
Yeah.
You know, the only thing that was lacking was the game. So I'm with you, 6'4". This is just the tip of the iceberg on more things to come. But let me go to the chat, see what the chat thinks about this. And here goes my a great guy, a Stadia lover, my friend Cold Blood Sensei, and I'm being sarcastic. He is my friend though, but he is definitely not a Stadia lover. He says, "In here, I thought I might try Stadia again, but nope, the games are trash. Panzer Dragoon excluded." Hey, yo, Cold Blood, you need to. Hey, look, bro, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about my homie Cold Blood. My homie Cold Blood trashes everything.
Yeah.
Everything that you see me play on Stadia, that's the same stuff that he plays.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here to tell you, he said that Octopath, and I'm telling it because you did it live on air. He said Octopath Traveler is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
You can play it. Stadia. Guess where it's played best at, really? Because, and don't take it from me. Who was at The Verge? I think it was The Verge. Somebody said it was played best on Stadia.
Yeah.
Guess where you can play The Division? Me and Cold Blood Sensei was playing The Division not too long ago. Mm-hmm. Guess where The Division is best played? I'm sorry, it's Stadia because the frictionless nature of it, and you got that Stream Connect on there, baby. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So this thing 6 months out is doing all these wonderful things. The games, they're giving you more value. They're giving you more bang for your buck. Just for $10, you're getting 5 games. You're getting Elder Scrolls, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. Cold Blood. Yeah. Wait till that Stadia Connect comes on, man. So, but big ups to him. Shout out to him.
Yeah, man. No worry. Yeah. I can tell he just talking that shit.
Yeah, that's cool. I love Cold Blood. He's one of my biggest supporters for the longest time, man. I got nothing but love, man.
That's love.
We got Lowland Prophet. What do you think about this? 6 Voices. When I finally leave my room, when I'm done playing ESO, it'll be 2021 and Stadia will have taken over.
Facts. I'm telling you, man. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy to see the tide change, the shift change in people's their perspective and their mindset on it, because that's what people are hungry for, man. They're hungry for a new revolution in gaming. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's here. It's just, again, I think people are just really having a hard time wrapping their mind around the idea that Google is the one to do it. You know what I mean? Absolutely. I mean, I know they're not doing the best now, but remember when Microsoft entered the game, it was like, you know what I'm saying, with Sega and Nintendo, and then Sony. Okay, then Sony came out, did some things. So okay, we accept Sony into the game, yeah. But it was just you kind of looked at it from these traditional spaces that made games. We didn't see these other companies like that. And I honestly, when it came to game streaming and stuff, I never thought Google. You know what I'm saying? To this level, I never thought Google. And so to see them doing it, and as hard as they're hitting with this platform, and as far into the game they are with it, it's like, yo, they're actually the ones to do it. So I think people are just kind of wrapping their head around that right now. And when they actually see what this platform offers and how much more it goes beyond what we already have with the graphics and the speed of the game and all that stuff with the features, and the convenience, it's going to change. It's going to be amazing. He said 2021 there to take over the world, pretty much. Yeah,
take over the world. You come on. Everything's cloud based.
Telling you, man.
Your game's floating in the air. Your controller floating in the air. It's all
right
on the cloud. Big ups to my homeboy Eddie the Hulk of TSI Podcast. You can check us out tomorrow. Tomorrow on Club Stadia TV, Brian's channel. Tomorrow evening. What's that? 8 Eastern? Is it 8 or 7? I can't remember, man. I'm old.
Oh well, yes, it's 7 my time.
7. See, 7 Jabati's time. Yeah.
I'll get that branded in my brain there.
Eddie says 6 titles: ESO, Panzer Dragoon, Power Rangers, Get Pack, Super Hot Little Nightmares. And I'm going to explain later, because this is a footnote for later, why that's important. Because the cloud space is heating up. 6-4. Yeah. There's more and more competitors coming. Xbox thought they was dropping bombs, but they dropped duds today, as far as I'm concerned. We'll get into that. They was taking shots at Stadia and Sony, and I think it fell flat. But the simple fact that just for $10 a month, can you imagine the lineup of games that you have free? I think we were talking behind the scenes, and people counted it up, and it was like 35. Like, if you had the Pro subscription since the beginning, I think it's close to 30 games. I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know the number on that, but yeah, it's a ton of games. I mean, look at my collection, and tons of them are just Pro, collected games. So yeah, this is amazing. Yeah, I'm happy with it, man.
All right. So the great comments, and just the whole great thing all together, man. This is June. I can't wait for June. I cannot. Yeah. Absolutely. All right. So now on to the next one. This ain't hate, y'all. This is real. This is cold. It's my like cold blood sensei. This is cold blooded facts. The upheaval of GFN. Now y'all probably sitting there saying to yourself, MM2K, what the damn hell is you talking about? You just trying to hate.
Nah.
Like Fire Marshal Bill. Let me show you something.
Yeah.
All right, here we go right here. All right, let's do this. Uh-oh. I can't even work my own. Okay, there we go, people. This is a series of tweets, but let's go here. This is a story from The Verge, the aforementioned Verge. Nividia says developers must now opt in to include games on GeForce Now. God damn. Game publisher that don't opt in will have titles removed by May 31st.
Oh, no.
Let me just read the story. Let me just read a couple sentences here just so it all can digest and sit in that abdomen. All right. Nividia announced a new policy for its GeForce Now cloud gaming service on Wednesday. That means publishers and developers will have to opt into the platform to have titles remotely playable via Nividia servers. This is a quote. Response has been strong with over 200 publishers committing to the streaming service, reads a blog post from Phil Eisler, Nividia's GeForce Now president. Hold on, let me go. Okay. It says, unlike Google Stadia, which requires you to purchase a separate license to play a game in the cloud, Nividia now allows subscribers to access their existing library of games via storefronts like Epic and Steam. That approach has proved controversial because it raises important, largely unanswered questions about digital ownership and the underlying business model of cloud gaming. Now, I want to say this, even though they said that it's unanswered questions, I know we all throw tomatoes at Tom Warren, but Tom Warren addressed this and he said, look, there's no questions here. There are legal digital distribution rights that are being abused here. The digital distribution via the cloud is not covered in the license terms of service that you get when you buy the game off of Steam. The only thing you're allowed to do with that game on Steam via the cloud, and it's not really through the cloud, is you're allowed to play it via Steam Link. But that's in the terms of service. If you want to play it through another way, that's a whole nother agreement. And that's understandable because, look, you might have a company like Square Enix. Square Enix just announced a week ago or so that they're looking into getting into their own cloud gaming service. So wow. How does it look for their partnership if their game is available on GeForce Now? They're getting a call from their partner. Oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
How are you allowing your game playable on our competitor? You see what I'm saying? But what are your thoughts on all this, man? How is this going to be a bad thing for GFN? What are your thoughts overall on the 6-4?
Yeah, man, it's all bad for GFN, man. I've been playing some GFN lately. I've got one of my favorite games, my favorite PC game by far for sure. But one of my favorite games in general, Astroneer. I've been playing a lot lately, sharing it with people, man. And like I said before, and I'll say it again, man, that's literally like the only reason I have GeForce Now, because my Steam library is pretty much locked down. Like you can't play much of anything, and then of course they let other platforms play, but you have to like search through all of that. It's just so much nonsense already dealing with it. And to hear that there's a potential for the one game the publishers might say, well, we ain't opting in, and it might be gone. Oh,
exactly.
Bad for
exactly
now, bro.
Damn,
that's yeah.
Let's see if I can find this tweet. There was another tweet that I sent today. Because I'm a jackass, yes, and I like rubbing when people say stupid stuff. I like reminding them, hey, you said that, and that was stupid. So,
word.
Because people want to double down on their emotions instead of giving facts, and that upsets me because you mislead the unsuspecting gamer. But I just want to show people this. All right. So I said in a tweet, I said, remember when somebody sent out this tweet? I said, this is why you should do due diligence and check your emotions before misleading yourself in the public. Sheesh. Didn't age well. And somebody that will remain nameless because they don't even deserve to be mentioned said, want to know why Google Stadia has been a disaster so far? Andrei Derenichev, head of their gaming experience, thinks launching and acting like a startup in an established market is okay, while their competition outpaces them every step of the way. And then this was an article on GeForce Now versus Stadia, and this is what I can't remember who it was, said Stadia sucks and GFN shows you why.
No, it does not.
It didn't age well.
Not at all. Not in the slightest.
Not at all. I mean, even back then when this came out, when this person put out this pile of garbage, this heaping pile of trash, GFN was losing games then.
Yeah.
Like I remember, and I don't want to mention the person's name. He's in the community, and shout out to him. He's part of the trash mob. He hit me up and he said, Moss, I'm angry. I said, why are you angry? I went and bought Call of Duty because I was able to play it on GFN. I was listening to people like this, and they called this person out. I was listening to this person because and now, because I don't have a powerful rig, and here my $60 is wasted because I don't have a powerful rig to play Call of Duty there, and they're telling me that GFN is a better alternative to Stadia, meaning that it should work as a sole cloud gaming solution, and it's not. It's not. So. What are your thoughts on that, man? Do you? I mean, if Jemani was part of the board, if they paid you $1 million, they said, "Look, we need help. Jemani, help us out." How would you realign what GeForce Now is doing to try to make them more sustainable in this market?
Well, I mean, honestly, it's cool that they're able to do what they've been doing, as far as letting you play games you already own. But I think that's the bad move from the beginning. The way Google made it is like, hey, this is our own platform. We're making deals with companies so that way they get their bread. You're able to keep your game, as long as we're here, which we're going to be here, you will have those games. There won't be any kind of thing like this happening. They should have made a move like that. If you're going to get into this cloud gaming service and you really want to be a serious competitor in this space, you have to create your own platform essentially. And they didn't do that, And so, again, for me, it's terrifying to hear this news because, again, the one game that helped me keep my founders edition of Google Stadia of GeForce Now, it might not be there anymore. Yeah. If this is undercutting them in some kind of way, they're not getting what they deserve. I love that game. I think the company did a great job on it, and they deserve everything that's supposed to be coming their way. So, get off of there rightfully. So you need to do what you need to do at the end of the day, But damn, that's gonna suck because I want to play that game through cloud gaming. Stadia, pick it up.
Astroneer, exactly. Please,
Astroneer. Please. Okay.
throw that duffel out, man. Yeah. I mean, look, I'm going to get booze for this, but I'm a big Bethesda Softworks game lover, and I love Fallout 76. I mean, I like it. I'll put it like that. It pissed me off. Now, I know I'm going to get booze for that. I would love to see that game there because especially now that they got the NPCs, now that it's gotten mostly positive ratings on Steam now since they added the NPCs. So,
okay. So they've upgraded and everything.
Yeah, so I would definitely like to see that there. Here goes another interesting part of this whole equation. You guys can't see this, and I'm not going to talk about this too much because we're going to go over this in totality and get everybody's thoughts on it tomorrow on TSI. So definitely hang out with the team. But Steam has now joined forces with Nividia GeForce Now in regards to getting people trying to sign up for this service. Now, Jamon, I'm not asking, I don't want to spoil what we're going to talk about tomorrow, but I just want to throw that out there to give people like Steam. We're going to go more into this tomorrow, but Steam is actually going to go out there and they're going to try to help people to sign up or help get publishers sign up. So that's an interesting take. But just to what you said, Jamani, this is what happens when you don't own the platform. You're just a conduit or a catalyst. That's less control that you have of the things happening. So very, very interesting. Let me go and see what the chat thinks about all this. We got Christopher Terez in the house. Big ups to Christopher Terez. What's up?
What up?
Trizza Rector says, I said Trizza Terez, the hell wrong. He said the technology denial is crazy, insane even. Yeah. Alakazam said, I like Fallout 76. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? We can't be the only two people that feel that way. No, it's mostly positive on Steam now.
That's good.
The Guinness says, I don't want any virtual machines where you need install, et cetera. Stadia is the way to go. No waste time, useless installs and updates. I want to give a personal experience. I wish I had the time. I'm not going to filter through my tweets, and I want to see if you had the same experience, 6'4". The first day that GFN went live, I became a founder. You know what I'm saying? I got to check my wife's credit card and see if we're getting charged for it yet.
Yeah.
You
know, they said next month.
Oh, okay, all right. I might opt out of that, but Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I wanted to do a comparison now that it was live. Do you know it took me 3 times to get in there? Because here's what happened. And I'm a founder. I'm supposed to get the queue. I'm supposed to get treated like a king, thrown to the top of the line, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
I had to wait 21 minutes because there was an update.
Wow.
And the timeout is 15 minutes. So when there's 15 minutes of inactivity, you get booted from the GFN servers. I went through that 3 times. Luckily, on the 3rd time, the install speeded itself up and it only took 11 minutes. But that was a horrible experience. Something that we don't see on Stadia, of course, because there is no such thing as installs. But what are your thoughts on that? Is that something you experienced at all with the platform?
Yes, man. One of the issues I had was it wasn't the install issue so much as it was going through these multiple portals to sign in here, sign in there, And so I went to play Apex Legends on GeForce Now, and of course you had to sign into your Origin, and I'm like, damn, what's my Origin password? And I'm putting it in. It's like, nope, that doesn't work. You already signed. So I went and signed into my Origin, natively here on my app on the PC. And I'm like, okay, that's the right password. Okay, let me log out and go ahead and log back in. Nope, you're already signed in to Origin. You can't have 2 accounts open at once. I'm like, yo, I signed out the damn thing. Reset everything, close it out, force closed it, come back in, try to sign in again. Nope, you can't sign. Nope. Finally, when it tried to work, you signed in too many times. Try again later. I was like, oh my God, what the, So I couldn't play the game forever. It was horrible. Horrible. Yeah.
No. Yeah. And that's the one of the worst things is having to navigate GFN, the Uplay interface. Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you're on a phone. If you're on a computer, it's not that bad. But when you want to play on a phone, that's where I think GFN starts falling apart.
Oh,
especially
absolutely.
if you're playing a Ubisoft game, because you gotta the touch screen and doing this and trying to get to the Uplay Plus interface is just horrible. And again, they're basically just trying to remotely connect you to an experience that's already there. Nothing is catered to what you're trying to do, and that's the problem. So.
Yeah, it's a huge problem, man. And like I said, we've been in this game for a while, so we can kind of be a little bit forgiving and stuff as a core gamers. But this is definitely not a platform or a conduit that will actually. I don't think it will expand much further than that, and even now with all this stuff happening, it's definitely not going to have, because there's no guarantee for anything. You could be having a great time. And, I had a issue just happen with Astroneer. So I was playing my save, through the cloud and everything. So it'd just be easier to stream. And I know I won't have any issues through stream or whatever. And then I was like, okay, well, let me go ahead and just play it natively on my desktop to just see the differences or whatever. And then I noticed there wasn't a save there when I loaded it. And this is through Steam, the same, service. And I'm like, wait a minute, is GFN locking my saves to their version on their PC? You know what I'm saying, that I'm using? I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So I'm gonna have to figure out whether or not that's just something I have to try to move over from Steam. I haven't went into that yet, but if that's what they're doing, that's some BS.
Yeah,
that's some real BS, because you don't actually have a platform. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be one thing if it was like I'm on the Xbox, I'm on a PlayStation. I get that, but this is just a conduit. I shouldn't have to be worried about, well, since I play it through your stuff, my save won't actually transfer over. I don't know. Have you experienced anything like that? Is that unique to me, or am I missing something?
I was what I was doing was with GFN. I was playing a lot of like a handful of games: Remnant, Ghost Recon Breakpoint, Fallout, and there was some other games I was playing on there, right? So I didn't come across that per se, but that's a very interesting point. And the reason why I didn't have any problem, particularly with Remnant, well, Remnant ran horribly on there. I could barely play that game. It ran horribly. But the other games that I played had their own stores You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like Fallout 76, I played it as part of the Bethesda store. Ghost Recon Breakpoint, I played it as far as you played part of the Uplay. So I didn't have that issue. But I can see where you could have that issue, because if the game is running off of something else or purely off of Steam, I could see where that virtual PC could cause that problem if that is what they're doing. So
yeah,
that's a bummer. That's definitely
it is, because I've gotten some great accomplishments, some great achievements so far. So I'm gonna be super pissed if I find out that I'm not gonna be able to pull that save, to my Steam library. I'm gonna find out here in a little while, but yeah, we'll see. So either way, it's just headaches again that you shouldn't have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
This is a great point. It's another problem that we had. And this ain't the GFN hate fest. It's just that we're addressing that notion, that stupid, silly, stupid, Gumby dumb notion that GFN is outpacing Stadia in every single way. It has a purpose. It has a purpose. It's a backup or a fraction of your Steam games now, I guess.
Right.
We're trying to figure out. But Random Noob says, my main issue with GFN is my passwords can be like 15 to 20 characters consisting of random numbers, letters, and symbols. And having to keep inserting that is so annoying when you can't copy and paste. What are your thoughts on that?
Man, I didn't know. Who are you trying to play games with? What service?
For instance, Uplay. I know exactly what you're talking about. So with Uplay Plus, what happens is Uplay Plus. You know how it goes to authenticate the browser or the location that you're in. So every time you go to log into Uplay Plus, you can say, "Remember this device," and it saves everything. It doesn't do that with GFN.
Oh, because it's all virtual, so you're going on machine every time. Okay, exactly. I hadn't had that with Steam. When I log in, it finally just it logs in automatically. I haven't had that. That's some nonsense. Yeah, that's terrible. Oh no. And then, like you said, you can't just copy and paste. You can't just that's annoying. Yeah, again,
and imagine doing it on the phone. It's even worse on the phone.
Oh yeah, no,
it's even worse on the phone.
Yeah.
So that's a big issue. And I actually ran into a crazy issue with for a while. This is after it went live, that it reciprocated my star and my A button. So every time, my password had an A in it. So every time I would hit A, it would be the star button, and then every time I ran star, it would be the A button, and I could never log in, and I kept locking myself out. And something said, you know what? Copy the password that you're putting in there and paste it in your user ID. And when I did that, I saw it. I said, what the hell? And I kept tapping A, and it was the star. And I said, oh, this shit is crazy. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So, yeah. Crazy stuff. But conduit, that's what happens. Yeah. My homie Chase, what's going on? He says MM2K. Yeah, we up here chopping it up, man, talking about your favorite platform, GFN.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Let's see here. We got Black Kai in the house. What's up, Kai?
Yeah.
You having another toast, man. That's the homie Kai, man. That was a great podcast we did last week. Let me see here. Okay, I think we covered that well. Any other thoughts before we move on? 6-4.
Nah, man. Other than the fact that I just hope I can pull my damn save, because it's looking real bad. You know what I'm saying? It's looking real bad. You know what I'm saying?
Please.
Yeah. That's it. That's all I gotta say about that, man. That's all I gotta say about that. Like I said, that was the only saving grace for GeForce Now. It ran the game. It'd be stuttering every once in a while, but it holds the connection pretty decently for the most part. Yeah. And I was able to enjoy that. So, having to forgive all the other nonsense and looking through, like trying to look through the games in the library. There's no like real cohesive library. Just here's the games and here's where it's all over the place. So
it's a solid backup. It's not meant to be used as a sole gaming solution.
Right.
Don't do that, because you'll end up buying games and then you never know. Now with this whole opt-in and opt-out option, you never know if you're going to lose your $60. And lastly, Steam, by attrition, we'll talk more about this later, but by attrition, it appears that Steam has admitted that Steam Link is trash because not with GFN on this, but we'll talk about that.
Right.
Great discussion. Now let's go on to some more effery, as I like to call it. Check this out, man, because you were just talking about this. So we're gonna get you worked up, brother. We're gonna get you to put Xbox in a place. Xbox today sent out a series of tweets where they were taking shots at PlayStation and Stadia. Now, look, I'm gonna say this as a longtime Xbox-a-night. That's what I call myself, an Xbox-a-night.
Mm-hmm.
Xbox, y'all ain't working with PlayStation, okay?
Yeah.
Y'all step away from the ring, step away from the octagon. You know what I'm saying? Keep your eyes focused here with us and Amazon, because this is where you ultimately, this is where you want to end up. You want to end up a good cloud gaming solution. Y'all don't have the titles to mess with PlayStation right now. All right.
Yeah, facts.
That being said, as far as the cloud is concerned, y'all ain't messing with Stadia. But here's where they wanted to take shots. In this article, they're trying to give their value proposition over Stadia. Mm-hmm. And their value proposition over Stadia is gamers get to keep their library. So all the games that you had since the OG Xbox that are backwards compatible, you get to keep them. And they said thousands of games. Games play better on the Xbox Series X, their next generation console, which is going to be anywhere between $500 to $600 likely.
Right.
And lastly, they're going to enhance those backwards compatible games on select titles. On select titles, they're going to try to mimic what Stadia is doing with the 60 frames per second doubling technique, where they're going to double games that are 30, select titles, that is, from 30 to 60 and from 60 to 120. Mm-hmm. Is in your mind, 6'4", is that a great value proposition versus what Stadia offers?
No. Now, if you have a library already, you thicken the game with the Xbox ecosystem and everything, I still wouldn't say it's worth paying for, at least right now, an Xbox Series X, because all this stuff is pretty much going to be on the Xbox One X, if anything, and if you got that, just keep what you got. That's what I would say. But no, I mean, with Stadia, it's free to get in the door, and then already the platform is a constantly growing platform. Every game that you get from day one to day 100,000, all those games are going to stay in the library. They're going to be compatible at all times. I mean, this is an old way of trying to do something that Stadia is going to be able to do in a new and a better, more improved way. So I'd say, man, this when it comes to looking at, if say for instance, I didn't have any of these games, I'm just looking at a new platform, Stadia is definitely a better choice. It's a better option. That's my opinion. Yeah,
absolutely. Here's my thoughts on each three of those points. Again, keeping their library, playing better on the Xbox Series X, enhancements on first person. Frames per second on select titles. Number one, keeping the library. Why do I got to pay $500 to play my old games?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So strike one. Xbox Series X plays games better. That's not a given. You know what I'm saying? Because we, courtesy of Stadia Cast, we've already heard murmurs that people are saying that their games perform better on Gen 2.0. Now, again, we're not saying that's across the board, but Xbox doesn't know that. So that's Xbox telling you, excuse my French, a bunch of horse shit, because they don't know. Yeah. I mean, they may be able to judge the teraflops that they have versus what PlayStation 5 has, and they want to say that because of that, they think that their games are going to play better. Okay, fine.
Well, put it this way too, real quick. I mean, Microsoft, and this, I mean, they are very clever with their wordplay.
Absolutely.
So plays better. What does that actually mean?
Yeah. What is better?
Oh, well, we're saying it plays better because you're using the Xbox controller. I mean, that's a better controller, right? I mean, it plays better because you're playing on an Xbox. So you feel better playing on an Xbox. You just feel better.
Let me.
The word better doesn't necessarily actually mean it's going to run better, smoother, higher frame, better quality. No. They know what they're saying. They've done this mess so many times. All that stuff, man. They're just playing around with a word, and they want to get you to imply to yourself that means that things are going to run better, they're going to look better, they're going to load faster. That's a lie. I don't believe it. No.
It's here to that point, and I'm glad you brought that up because that prompted me to look up the actual wording. Mm-hmm. They say all games play better on Xbox Series X. Check out the deception here. Mm-hmm. Not only should gamers be able to play all of these games from the past, but they should be able to play better than ever before. Backwards compatible games run natively on the Xbox Series X, running with the full power of the CPU, GPU, and SSD. No boost mode, no down clock. So what you're trying to say is that, yeah, your games are now going to play better on the Xbox Series X than they did on the Xbox One. Right. Now, to your point, Germani, what people got to remember is this is corporate speak. He didn't say all games play. Right. Well, no, they did say all games play, which is going to be a bunch of horseshit.
Right, in the top,
When Aaron Greensberg said that all games would natively run at the 60 hertz, and then Tom Warren had to go back and double check it, and they said, Aaron was wrong. So take all this with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
All of it with a grain of salt.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, bunch of bullshit. And then we'll see. I mean, again, and Xbox is known for this. Uncompromised 4K, right? That term uncompromised means, oh, look who we got here. We got somebody here. He's coming to defend Xbox. We got the homie Chase in the house. What's going on, Chase?
Shout out to the chat. Shout out to Germani rocking with facts today about keeping it your body as a temple. Man, that was such an inspirational No, I'm serious. It was such an inspirational live stream this morning, man. You actually made me start thinking about some things that I got to start getting in my own order, you know? And sometimes it's good to hear from somebody else from a fresh perspective. It's one of the things I always enjoy about your live streams, bro, is that you don't just talk about gaming. You keep it 100 about everything. So I appreciate that, man.
For sure.
Absolutely. And I was telling 6-4 earlier, man, like that keeps me inspired listening to the smooth operator. I get inspired. I be doing the chores, the 800 chores my wife give me every day.
Yeah, I'm a bad influence because I'm like, hey man, you got another bottle of proper, and this man's over here going, no man, I'm trying to cleanse my body. Oh God.
If y'all aren't subscribed to this, man, y'all are doing yourselves a disservice, man. I love listening to 6-4 streams. It just takes you to another place. And I love interact. And normally I was telling him, like, man, I feel bad. I feel dirty because I ain't been able to interact with you. I ain't been able to cleanse my spirit, man.
Man, we all need a cleansing right around these times, man.
Hell yeah. I love calling her drunk and trying to throw him off and them telling me to go fly a kite into a thunderstorm. I love it, man. But real quick, Chase, what's your thoughts on all this? We're on the part now where Xbox was taking shots at Stadia. You know what I'm saying? And their value proposition over Stadia is gamers get to keep their old ass library. I mean, let me not say that. Their old library of games. Games play better on the Xbox Series X, and their enhancement of frames per second on select titles. Do you think that's a solid value proposition over Stadia?
Well, first of all, they say all those nice words in there, but what's the licensing actually going to look like for a game that's on the not 360, that's on the Series X versus the Xbox One X? Once you move over to the Series X, is that other game locked for your friend or your family member from playing it on the One X? Like, these are all things they ain't talking about, and they're purposely not talking about it because I'm telling y'all, licensing is the key to all this. Like, I know you got into a little bit about GeForce Now, about GFN and everything, and right. Did you cover that earlier? Because I peeked in for a minute and I had to talk about the conference.
Yeah.
So same thing with that whole Steam thing where they gave a deadline date, you know, about, hey, they got to have all these games by this date. That's going to be a mass exodus, man. It's going to look like a mutiny because some of these companies, man, these publishers, they're not going to want to play these games with licensing. It's all about making the money.
Yep.
You know? So, but yeah, I think you got to be careful because for me, I think this is a licensing thing. Mm-hmm. I'm just not buying it, man. Until I see in the fine print that they say you can play Game A at the same time on the One X at the same time that you're on the Series X, then fine. Then you've proven your point. You are doing what you say you're doing. I just don't buy it. I don't, because it comes down to money. They want to still make money, and who else wants to make money? The publishers. Yeah. They don't want you being on both consoles at the same time with one game. Right. Come on. You know?
Yeah. You got to be. I was talking about this last night because I was being heavily attacked. I was on a show with a bunch of console warlords, and they were like, I said, look, I'm gonna put on my Alex Jones tinfoil hat. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say that I'm not 100% sold that these consoles are coming this year. I'm not. You could have another outbreak. You could have issues. And as somebody that in our industry, we do a lot in Asia, and the shipment of goods and services and travel with Asia, I can let you know right now, as we were looking for goods to come, they said, F that. They're not coming. They're not coming. They're going to sit at the dock. And if there's another outbreak in Asia, because we have an outbreak here, and people travel from the United States and they go over to China. If there's another outbreak and they're like, shit can't move from the docks, then guess what? Shit doesn't move from the docks. It don't matter how many Xboxes are sitting in a warehouse, they're not leaving. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted people to understand that could be a possibility. And I'm getting nope. Phil Spencer said. And I'm like, God damn, how indoctrinated can you be? Like, Phil Spencer is only doing his job. As much as snake oil as he sells, he's only doing his job. He is not going to plummet the stock of the company to say, yeah, there's a good possibility we're not going to. He's going to say, no, we've ramped up production. Production is going through, and that is true. But the question is, and I want to get you guys' thoughts on this. The question is, if we have another outbreak, isn't it a strong possibility that stuff ain't moving from the docks? Let me start with 6-4. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, definitely. There's a strong possibility that may happen. Because you just don't want to risk the spread of anything, with your product, your company brand being attached to any of that. You know what I mean? First of all, secondly, people's health is paramount. So, yeah, there is a definite good chance of that. That's oof. Damn. I don't want that to be a reality, though, because I ain't gonna lie. I want a PS5, goddamn, bring it on time.
Oh, we got one more in the house.
Oh, what's goody?
Yeah, I couldn't let y'all have all the damn fun, man. I can't have me a flippity flopping good time myself. You know what I mean? Shout out to the brother MM. and the son of a chicken plucker. You know what I mean? What's going on, chat? What's going on, panel?
What's good, fam?
For those that don't know what I'm talking about, check out my Division stream from yesterday. My son of a chicken plucker.
Okay. All right.
Project Storm got a good kick out of that yesterday. But no, Chase, I'm gonna get your thoughts, and I want to jump to you, Storm, on this. What are your thoughts on the likelihood? Because you have a firm understanding of how this stuff works, and I could be wrong. We could be wrong. Like, what do you think about them ramping up production? Still, that's likely happening. But if there's another outbreak, what's the likelihood that it could stop the movement and the shipment of consoles globally?
Well, and see, that's the thing. They already, we already had kind of an indication that there was already restrictions in movement on goods and services across ports of entry, fulfillment centers. When you start dealing with basically movement of goods across any country, right? Or when you're dealing with, I just had the term and I lost it. I'm sorry. My brain is in a different mode right now. I'm on like PR marketing mode versus the other side, which is business mode. Yeah. When you're dealing with basically getting the goods together to actually build the product, that's where the problem is. There's a backlog of 6 to 8 months of some of these pieces moving into being shipped or being, put out to, so let's just take the PlayStation, right? The PlayStation has maybe on the low end, 40 components that have to be put all together to actually make the PlayStation. Those components have to come from many different areas to one fulfillment center or one warehouse to basically put those pieces together and then ship that actually out. And because that backlog is in existence right now of getting access to these goods, I mean, once you get a shutdown of an economy, especially over in the Asian markets in particular, that's where almost 70% of a lot of goods and services come out of. So once they go into a lockdown again, that means nobody's making parts, no one's putting those parts together, and no one's shipping, those devices out. So they already just recently put another city on lockdown in China.
Yeah, exactly.
All it takes is these major distribution centers to get hit again, and we're right back at square one. And I'll be honest with you, I'm in the same mindset as you, MM. I don't think these consoles are coming this year.
Yeah.
I just don't. I think we are going to hit a place this year where this pandemic is going to be, sadly, we're going to get a much deadlier wave. And I hate to say this. I don't want to be non-optimistic, but I'm being pessimistic here. Actually, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna come right back.
No, that's all right. I want to follow up on that real quick because I know where we was going, and then I'm hand it off to Storm to wrap it up with a nice little bow. Okay, so I got to be careful how I say this because this is like confidential information. So in the goods and services that we're experienced with, I have sources that have said to me, and I kind of alluded to this last night without saying it so much, but I'll be a little bit more staunch here. I have people that came to me or spoken to me that said, more than ever, they're going to the scientifical wing of this because they got to be able to project things from the next 12 to 18 months. So they're not necessarily, they want the government to open things up, but they got to have contingency plans. So they're going to the scientifical wing of this. And the scientifical wing is saying exactly what Chase just said. Expect a deadlier wave of this. So they're doing contingency plans right now of what if there is a deadlier wing, what's going to shut down, what are we going to have to do, where are our contingency sites, where are our satellite sites, what is our green plants, stuff like that. Those are all hot industry terms. And so don't believe, but they're not going to go online and say that in public. This is behind the boardroom stuff that is happening in the planning. Because if Phil were to say, you know what, there's a 60% chance that we are going to get a deadlier wave, that's going to drive down consumer confidence like crazy, and he loses his job. So of course he's not going to do that. So just keep in mind that you guys got to understand the market speak opposed to the reality. I'm sorry, Chase. Go ahead and finish up your thought, and then I'm gonna pass it on to Projekt.
Yeah, I was just gonna add something, and I think this is the reason why, at the time we heard Phil Spencer talk about cloud movement and cloud focus. I don't think he was actually as concerned about Google and Amazon in the sense of they are competition. Mm-hmm. At that time, what was going on? The first public statements from the World Health Organization were out about this pandemic. He was thinking 5 steps ahead, baby, on the chessboard. Because if they can't get physical consoles out this year, what does that mean? It means cloud options will then take the place because people will find other ways to play said games. And they don't want that. And again, I think that's what I was trying to get at is the distribution chains are so disrupted right now. We were going to be lucky if by September, that was the initial guess by a lot of market insiders that September would be when we would start seeing these chains not be as impacted. One more stop over in that region, and you're looking at February to March of 2021. So you do the math. If you can't even get a console out of a port of entry, you ain't bringing it onto U.S. soil. You ain't bringing it onto Canadian soil. You aren't bringing it into UK soil. I mean, listen, I'm not trying to be happy about this. That sucks.
No, absolutely.
Anybody that was looking forward to the Xbox or the PlayStation, this isn't a happy day. Like, I don't want to be saying this stuff, but it's a reality. Like, that's a terrible thing to have to think about because there's a lot of people, even in this chat right now, that Stadia is not their primary option. It's a supplemental option. They wanted to get their PlayStation, and that may not be a reality this year.
Yep, absolutely. Storm, what are your thoughts on all this, man? Are we blowing this out of proportion, or what do you think?
Absolutely not, Chase. That was a great prelude into my thoughts, man. And I want you all to take a minute real quick and look at what Victor just said in the chat because that's what I was thinking right before he typed it. He said, "Folks, you want to read it, or you want me to get it?"
Go ahead, brother.
That folks don't want to touch anything physical if they don't have to.
Yes,
I don't order from Amazon because I don't want to touch packages. Yesterday I got a package. My 4K capture card came in. I got a package, and I thought about exactly that, man.
Yeah.
So it's crazy that I'm not the only one. You know what I mean? So shout out to Victor for that because a lot of people might be feeling that way. There's a lot of people who are, and I'm not going to go deep into it, but who are living in fear, including my family members. You know what I mean? They're living in fear. They're trying to be safe, man. So Chase, that's a great point, bro, that we just don't think about sometimes. Now, we knew what the whole the whole pandemic happening or whatever, that consoles might have been delayed. We heard a little buzz about that, and then we heard Phil say something like, hey, we're looking pretty good. Series X is looking like it might be able to stay on track, but some of the games might be delayed and all that stuff. But man, like now I'm thinking about the fact that, and you're right, Chase. It's not about let's beat the console gamers down, which I am a huge one. You know what I mean? I love my consoles, man. I don't love the performance sometimes. Yeah, it's sad that Stadia is out here outperforming my Xbox One X and my PS4 Pro in the frame rate department, but that's a whole nother story. The bottom line is, man, I think Phil was trying to go a long time. He was trying to head toward that direction of cloud gaming, y'all. And then, he started taking a little bit of heat. You start hearing people, nah, I'm not ready for the cloud. And, we should already had the cloud and all. Let's focus on the hardware. But, man, I think that he would really like to see them go full steam with this cloud movement. Like Xcloud is going to be a major player in the next generation Series X, man. It's already being said, it's been confirmed that they built the Series X with Xcloud in mind and all that stuff. So, man, we're about to push rapidly into that cloud streaming future.
Yep. I think what happened with that is they were fearful of Google. So that's why they came out first and foremost, because they wanted cloud gaming to be synonymous with them. If you guys remember, because I remember doing a video on this, I think it was 2018. They did that big expose of their intro into cloud gaming, and they ain't got to sell you a console and all that stuff, right? And then Google came out, and then they realized, oh shit, we can't match this performance. Let's back up a little bit, because and cloud gaming is a few years away from it being, anything tangible, to where we go back to what Chase said, where now you got COVID, and it's like, oh shit, again, we might have to lean on cloud gaming again. So our two competitors are Amazon. I think Phil is trying to keep himself positioned with words, despite what the hardware's capabilities are. So with that being said, I want you guys to understand the corporate doublespeak. Don't say, but Phil said, but Phil said, but Phil. If you go by what Phil said on Sunday, your head will be 180 degrees by what he said on Wednesday, to where you'll be full 360 exorcist, twist your head around by Saturday. Don't do that. Understand what the capabilities are, and don't take anything for granted until you see it in your hand. Those are my thoughts on that. Any other thoughts before we move on to the next topic?
Nah, it's been
that is it for me.
Nice. Yeah.
All right, so I'm not trying to hate y'all, but the cloud competition is building up, and I want to throw this on the screen. I want to get everybody's thoughts on it. Crucible.
Hey, Chase, what is that, man? What is that move, Chase?
Amazon.
What's that move, Chase?
I just didn't expect MM to go full like this, man. I wasn't expecting this to drop.
Hey, look, all I can say, MM, is I was looking forward to this game, bro. I saw the trailers. I'm like, this could be esports, man. It could be the next greatest thing, man. I'm ready for it. Give me that. You know what I'm saying? Amazon, Project Tempo, Stadia, I don't care. However it comes, I want to try it. But then I'm hearing people out here, and they're saying that the user base is not there, and the people are, it didn't hit their standards for the game, man. I'm gonna try it myself. I'll leave it at that. I'll try it myself. I might buy it today, and then I'll get back to
you don't have to buy it. It's free.
It's free. It's free on Steam.
It's free to play.
Oh, okay. Well, then no reason why I can't try it then.
No, you should definitely try it and form your own opinion. Absolutely, totally agree with that. But I'm gonna tell you mine. I got it as soon as they announced it was available. I saw it yesterday, whatever. Played it. It's garbage, bro.
Wait a minute. So 48. That's how many? 48,000 people
out of 100.
Yeah, 48 percentage of a score. Yeah, under 50%. So
think of a Metacritic. That's like a 48 Metacritic.
Yeah, no, I knew. I was.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you two people that I know have played this game that I trust their opinion. And again, I don't have a setup where I can play this, so I'm just telling you what I heard from two trustworthy people. Again, people that I highly regard in the PC gaming realm that played this game. One person told me, in my opinion, and this is a quote from them, this game was rushed.
Absolutely.
Completely rushed to market.
Absolutely.
The second opinion I got was great concept, poorly executed.
Absolutely.
So I haven't touched this game. I don't know anything other than I've watched people play it. I did think it was interesting, the concept, but I'm putting stock in. These are two people that have been brutally honest about everything that I've ever talked to them about. Everything. I mean, literally any game, any platform, they will be completely 100 with me. And usually if the two of them are in line, that usually tells me we're probably dealing with something that probably wasn't meant to be in the format that Amazon delivered it in. And I had heard some rumors, if you follow message boards, when this game was going through its certification phase and they were doing the actual beta testing, that it had a lot of game-breaking issues. That was the word on the street that was going around. Now, again, that's what the word on the street was. That doesn't necessarily correlate that that's the experience people had when they were actually beta testing this thing. But that's kind of the stuff that I had read.
Wow.
So,
yeah. And the concept, it plays like Battleborn. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. And Gigantic. That's more in line with what this is because it's in a third-person view. Both games that if you want to play a game with this concept, which is a great concept, are much, much, much better than this game. Seriously, the people that you said that gave that view of the game, they're telling the exact truth. It is a great concept. It is totally poorly executed, and the game totally feels rushed. I mean, it just feels uninspired. The characters are generic. The art style is generic. The combat is lackluster. The sounds of the weapons, they sound damn near mute. It doesn't. You don't feel any impact. You know, when you're accomplishing your goals, you're moving on a mission. It's boring, man. I mean, there was literally times where you're sitting there with your team just running around in circles waiting for the next objective to pop up. There's very little enemies on screen. It was like, what is going on? I was really expecting something phenomenal to come out of Amazon. I was highly anticipating this game. So unfortunately, after playing a few rounds and even winning, I didn't just lose, get my ass beat. And I'm like, oh, this sucks. No, I had a good time beating ass, but the game was just not fun. It just wasn't there, you know. It felt undercooked, and so I just uninstalled because at this point it was just like, well, I'm not going to wait around for this to potentially get better. There's already much better games out there. Like I said, Battleborn is one of them, and of course, if you want to play something with a third-person perspective, Gigantic is way better.
That's the game that I thought of when I was watching this. I'm like, this feels like Gigantic.
It's gigantic.
It just didn't feel like the concept of what, the objectives popping up, how they pop up. Yeah. Even watching it, I was like, it didn't click with me for me.
No.
But again, that's from someone that hasn't played it. So I don't want to, I'm only giving you the opinion of somebody else, and I'm just trying to be transparent. I haven't played it. So
yeah, that's fair. But I'm telling you, what you saw, your eyes didn't deceive you, man. It was just like, what? What is this?
Wow! So, yeah. Wow!
Yeah.
So there's no other way to say it but to say it. Is this a sign that we were overestimating Amazon?
I mean, even without it, I think people were overestimating. I wasn't, but I think people definitely are. But it shows.
I think in game development, yes. I don't think in cloud delivery we're overestimating them. Yeah. I mean, they made some significant investments. That 5G stuff that they're getting ready to do, y'all better buckle your seatbelts because they coming in hot.
I don't know.
Well, listen, bro. I'm just telling you. When you look at it, from the tech side of it, they're coming in hot. Now, whether they put actual games on that is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That actually bring the platform to the masses. That's a whole different conversation.
Well, let me backtrack a little bit because honestly, on the tech side, I would say that I feel like there's overestimation. I overestimated them on the game side because I thought that they would be a big publisher, you know what I mean, in cloud service games. So I would say yes, I personally, I overestimated them and I was highly anticipating it, and it was definitely a dud. So yeah, in that respect, I overestimated their capabilities.
Just so I don't take too much time from Projekt, but listen, if their strategy is that they're going to put these kind of games on top of that 5G service, they might as well pack their bags and go home. This ain't gonna fly. Like, people aren't going to buy into playing games like this on that cloud service. They're better off scrapping the entire idea they have, which was we're going to develop games and throw it on that, and just start partnering with third parties. Just cut it out. Just cut it out.
Right. And all I was going to throw in was, man, if this was Google's first party game, y'all, was anybody else thinking that? I know the chat was thinking. I know Victor was on that one too with me. You know what I mean? But all I could think about is if this was Google's first party game and it dropped and it got this kind of score or reception, right? What would the narrative be? 6'4", what would the narrative be today, bro?
Oh yeah, I mean
all over the place.
Yeah, they're totally trash. I mean, they have no chance in hell. You know what I'm saying? You know.
And that's all I'm saying, man. I have not heard. You all have shared more about this game with me than I've heard from the same people that bashes Stadia for just existing. Absolutely. But anyway, let's move on, y'all.
No, I totally agree. I think that's an excellent point. And I'm with Chase and I'm with Jamani to where I overestimated the gaming aspect, but then I don't believe that there's an overestimation on the technology side. Of course, it's Amazon. They got all the resources pretty much in the world. It's just, but to the point that was made, if this is the type of shit that you're going to deliver on that, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're bringing me a silver tin platter with doo-doo sandwiches in it, then you can keep that shit at home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here's my experience with Amazon to where I was concerned, and me and Chase used to always joke that the lion in the Serengeti, right? You know what I'm saying? You just see the eyes in the brush. Right. We said that because we were basing that solely off of the. I want to say we were basing it 75%, and tell me if this number is right, Chase. 75% off the technology and maybe 25% off of the software that they were going to present. You know what I'm saying? That was just my notes.
Yeah, because we thought they were going to partner with third parties, not that they were going to do their own first party development solely on the platform.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And see, I was leery of the stuff that they were going to bring forth because before Stadia came out, before we knew what Stadia was, I had put my money on Amazon at first because it was rumors that they took the Crytek engine. If y'all don't remember, they had a lot more studio power in their pocket way back when this was all being talked about. And I was like, holy shit, they're going to take it to a whole nother level. And then I found out in 2019 that they canceled all those efforts. And I was like, wow, out of nowhere. I was like, they canceled all these. So they scaled back like a lot. And I said, oh, that's a sign of a problem. But I said, we'll see how this pans out. Maybe they were just trimming the fat, but we'll see how this pans out. And it looks like here that was a bigger sign that we may have anticipated. I want to, before anybody else throws anything else in there, Stadia Revolution brings up a good point. He says the gaming media was telling us how it was better than Stadia, and we don't have any information on it. This is a little satisfying, even though I want them to do well. Yeah. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Yeah, man. Again, I wanted it to do well as well, man. As soon as I saw it running, it showed the little commercial. I was like, yo, jumping on it. Oh, this is Amazon's effort. Let's do it. Because again, I was more in line with them being a bigger publisher. And again, they may have something better on the back burner that they're going to have to bring out, a little sooner or whatever the case. Well, hopefully not too soon, because if it's anything like this, you want to keep that shit cooking. But I played this, man, and I'm so serious with you guys. It's saying about, oh man, I love Stadia, so anything else not Stadia, fuck it all. No, man, I was super hyped, and it has been a true disappointment, man. So yeah.
Hey, I like that trash. So hey, well, I like it at least. I like that Perfect Dark Zero and that Fisting Planet, and the list goes on and on. I like that trash, bro.
Look, you can like a garbage game. I'll say this just for anybody. You can like a garbage game and it still be garbage, but if you like it, you like it. That's all that matters. At the end of the day, you can have fun with it. I've liked garbage games myself, and I know they're garbage, but hell, I like it. So what? So yeah, man. If Crucible is for you, Storm, hey man, enjoy it, bro. I'm telling you, it is. Right,
I'm trying it right now.
It is trash.
Go ahead, Chase.
I said this man's got a folder on his desktop. It's games, garbage.
Yeah.
Hey, yo. No. I'm downloading the Crucible right now, 81%. Now, if this was Stadia, it'll be done. I can give you a live demo as we chop it up right now. But it's at it's 12.87 gigs. I'm looking at it, and it's at 84%. This is on a gigabit fiber connection. It would have been done already. I will say that. So I don't like that taste right there. But hey, it is what it is.
I think there's a lot of truth within what Stadia, what the Rev is saying. People wanted this to succeed, not because they were excited about gaming being pushed forward. They didn't have the same MO that we did. We were excited for this because we want to see gaming get pushed forward, even though we I don't want to say we hedged our bets with Stadia, but Stadia is just our preferred platform.
Yeah.
People they had other MOs. They wanted to see this succeed, because it had a dedicated device solution because you can install it on your PC, and B, it's an alternative to Stadia, which everybody hates because Stadia eats the babies and throws the women and children into erupting volcanoes. You know what I'm saying? So, and there it goes. And that's why I'm with Rev on that, where it's satisfying to see that nobody is talking. This is a 48.
Yeah, man.
This is the medics on this is probably dog-ish. You know what I'm saying? Like let's do this. Let's do this. Metacritic Crucible.
Here we go.
Because you know, in these gaming streets, they talk about Metacritic all the time.
They do.
51.
They did it to Guilt. They did it to Guilt. Guilt.
Exactly.
Hey, go to Guilt. Go to Guilt. Just go if you can. Just type in Guilt real quick for me. Just for me, man. For your boy. And you'll see Guilt has a higher score.
Oh, y'all see a tweet coming. Y'all see that tweet coming.
Hold on. Now they trash Guilt.
Yeah.
Which I love, by the way. So does everybody right here. I'm sure on this panel where we've talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
But see, that's what I'm talking about, man. And that was all 68 right now. It went down. So we got some more people that said, you know what, we're just going to bash the game.
Well, that I would have to say that's probably more that what do you call that when they go and they troll the thing or whatever. I don't know about this. The Metacritic score should have been a little higher than that. I mean,
yeah, that's from the devs. I mean, that's from the reputable sites or whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? That's from them. So
I like to read reasoning for that. But yeah, I'll be honest, man. I can tell you the game is not very good. And again, play something else like Gigantic or even Battleborn and get a feel for the quality type of experience. You know, just so you can have a comparable experience. But I'm telling you, it's not there, bro. It's not there.
And any last thoughts before we move on, guys?
That's it.
All right. So we're going to get to the gaming news. We're progressing pretty damn good today. We're going to get to the gaming news before we go to the Q&A section. And in today's gaming news, courtesy of Stadia Source, your number one source for Stadia news. We're gonna talk about this blog update, man. We're just gonna chop down this blog update. We got 1440p gaming now. We got PUBG rank mode and more. And let's see here. We got 1440p resolution now being supported on Stadia via the web browser. The Crew 2 Hobbies is here. The new expansion for Mortal Kombat was launched. That's here. PUBG has rank mode. And then lastly, Elder Scrolls Online, of course, coming June 16th. We talked about that a little bit earlier, but I want to focus on the 1440p mode first. Like, how important do you guys think this is, and how great is this for the platform? Who wants to pick that up first?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's great. Being able to take advantage of 1440p monitors I use. It's just better to have those options. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to leave people out, and that's really all. It's just great to have those options, man. All the way across the board. Someone like
you, Projekt, that's like streaming through Stadia. I mean, streaming through Shadow on Stadia, 4K, got your capture card and all this stuff. For someone like yourself, a tech enthusiast, do you think this moves the needle for the tech enthusiast at all?
I think it does for those people who have these 1440p displays. You know what I mean? Some people swear by 1440p. It's good to have that option. It won't hurt anything for sure. And I know it takes the same requirements of 4K, right? Which is cool. They threw it out there right now for the people who like 1440p. I was excited when I heard about the news, and I game in 4K. All my settings are set to best visual quality, 4K. You know what I mean? Like everything. And that's another reason why I got the capture card. So if you have the bandwidth, man, why not try it out? Is all I'm saying. Like if you have those monitors, I know 6'4" was saying he has a 1440p display, which is dope. The resolution is dope, y'all. If you watch 4K videos and put it in 1440p on YouTube, you'll be hard pressed to see the difference, to tell you the truth. So
from what I understand, and I think Random Noob had told me that I had got it wrong, and I think he might be here, so tell me if I'm wrong again. But I thought it was being downsampled from 4K to 1440p, which would be even better. Now, I don't think what it is the way Google worded it was a little confusing. They said instead of playing at 1080p 60, you can now get 1440p, but they didn't say 1440p 60. Or go ahead, Chase. What were you going to say?
Oh, just X's comment, man, backs up what I was going to say. I don't need to say nothing. That speaks for itself. There it is.
He says
that is true.
1440p thing is that it was never a plan to support 1440p. This was Stadia listening to player feedback. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I begged for this. I cried every night and prayed and said my prayers and ate my vitamins. I went back to Hulk Hogan on this ish. I said, please give me 40. Why? Because I played 90% on my computer. You know, 99. I don't even use my Chromecast unless my wife forces me to go downstairs and she allows me to play. You know, but with that being said, I have a 4K monitor. Here's the problem, guys. On my 4K monitor, it only refreshes at 60 hertz. That's the maximum. So it's smooth, but it's not as smooth as it could be. Also, my 4K monitor is not hardware G-Sync. I have a 1440p hardware G-Sync monitor. So that's going to give me the ultimate smoothness. And 2K is excellent. If I'm getting 60 frames per second at 120 hertz refresh rate and it's via G-Sync, damn. God.
Ridiculous, yeah. Man. So and man, that's why it's so great to have Zajic and Random Noob and Trezorector and all these guys, everybody else, men and women out here in this chat, man, that can come out here and drop some knowledge when it comes to this stuff. Because I can clearly see Google saying, all right, we had the 1440p for y'all, even though you didn't really make a whole big fuss about it like that. You know, we threw it out there anyway to say we could do it. And we can make that, we could separate that from the 4K if you all would like us to. So then on top of that, we're going to throw you to 144 hertz. Yeah. With that 1440p in the near future. I can see them easily doing that, man.
Before we get your thoughts, 6-4, I don't know. Do we get 6-4's thoughts? I was so in my own bubble. But he said, Random Noob says, it's speculation, but I've seen reports that publishers will need to add a specific 1440p profile for games above this. Otherwise, it will be downsampled from 1800p, etc. So that's a great point. A great techie point to point out. What are your thoughts, 6-4?
Man, I mean, I just agree with you what you said. I mean, I have G-Sync monitors, hardware G-Sync monitors that go, over 120p or 120 frames, whatever, refresh rate. It makes for a better experience. And being this close to the monitor, it's essentially having 4K in your face. If I'm having a larger display on a television, 4K would be something I would actually want to use. But 1440p, man, it's perfect when you're playing on your PC display.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's a great move by them, and it shows that they, like he said, they're listening to the players, because most people are using these kind of displays. It's kind of like the sweet spot when you're playing on a PC,
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Let me see here. All right, our next story is, and honestly, I didn't even catch up on this story at all. Let's see here. Uh-oh, is it gonna load up? All right. So, boom. Stadia will have a presence at IGN Summer of Gaming event, and its IGN Summer of Gaming lineup has been revealed, has been announced, and Stadia will have a presence during the event, which runs from from June 4th to the 24th. Let me make this a little bit bigger so everybody can see it. Oh crap, I did the wrong thing, y'all. Sorry, I got like eight monitors here. All right. Now this screen. Okay, there we go, people. IGN Summer Gaming lineup has been revealed. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, during the event, which runs from June 4th to 24th, we will see a lot more of number of games that will be making their way to Stadia, including Destroy All Humans and Mafia Definitive Edition, as well as other content such as the Borderlands 3, Bounty of Blood. Not all will necessarily be running on Stadia per se, but we will get to see more of said games. Below is a list of the game publishers and developers who will be making an appearance at the event. We got 2K. They've highlighted all the current Stadia devs and potential. 2K, Bandai, Blizzard, CD Projekt Red, Deep Silver, Devolver Digital, EA, Google Stadia, Larian, and Rebellion, Rockfish Games, Sega, Square Enix, THQ, Thunderful, Ubisoft, and that's about it. So my question to the panel is, at the Summer of Gaming, do you expect anything big? You think Google's going to have anything big lined up there?
Man, either one of us can jump right on that. But Chase, you look like you're in deep thought. If you want to get it first, man, because I know you were talking about it recently.
I mean, there's a lot of signs behind. I guess let me just say it this way. I think there's going to be a Connect. I think they're primed for a Connect. I think today was the appetizer. Like if you think about how you go to a restaurant, right? I mean, this is given, but you sit down and they're like, we're going to give you the 3-course experience, a 3-course meal. You're going to get the appetizer, the shrimp with cocktail sauce. Then you're going to get the prime rib. And then we're going to give you that delicious, strawberry cheesecake at the end. Man, this was just the appetizer. Y'all, in my opinion. And again, the signs have been there that they were building up to a mic drop moment. And today was a hell of a mic drop. I got to be honest. I was shocked that we got this much today.
So was I.
So for them to do what they did today makes me go, oh, snap. What are they going to do at this Connect? Which I think, again, it's very interesting if you look at that, the product material for the summer of gaming, it says to be announced Google Stadia. Like, again, that means Google is trying to get everything I's dotted, T's crossed. They want everything to be as clean cut as it can happen. And I'm telling y'all, this Activision stuff, there's just too much movement going on over there. These 2 job postings with Sledgehammer Games for Linux and for Vulkan development, that's one little piece. Then you had in during the esports conversation with the head of esports where they asked him, hey, why aren't y'all doing a Stadia cross promotion? And he didn't deny it this time. You know what he said? We need to ask them.
Yeah.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Ask Google. Why do they need to ask Google what's up? Why didn't you just flat out say, well, we don't know nothing about that?
There's nothing planned. Yep.
I'm telling y'all that the signs are there. And if it was me in the boardroom, and I hope they've been listening, they've dropped the cash and they've told them, look, we don't need the game today, but we need an announcement tomorrow. Like they just need to say that those games are coming to the platform. Once that happens, it's a wrap, y'all. Put a bow on it, take it down the street. That's it. That's all Google needs. That's the last little puzzle piece to make everything fit, and they're good to go. So for me, I just think this Connect's going to have ESO dropped again. I think that's why the 16th is happening when it's happening. They want to publicize that. We're going to get several shadow drop games. I think Orcs Must Die is coming. There's been kind of hints at that. And then I think the last big one is going to be a conversation about Activision. I've got this gut feeling on it, man.
There it is. And see, Google's already showed that they can launch some Scuds and Tomahawks and all that good stuff, man. But we all know that they're Google, so they got to have some nukes out there, so to speak, So the thing is, and one of the nukes to me was like the PUBG Connect and all that stuff, man. Like that was just big. I didn't know that was coming, y'all. So Google knows, they've been listening, and people keep saying, I always bring this up. Where's Phil? Where's Jade? Where's John Justice? Where are all these guys? These guys are at their homes or whatever on conference calls and making things happen, I'm sure, to get ready for an event like this this IGN event or whatever. I think that, Chase, you're right, man. I think Activision, I think they've not already and this is the thing about Phil, when you could just see how proud he was. Phil came out of the woodworks, y'all, for the PUBG drop. I mean, I didn't know Phil, unless you all knew something that I didn't know. I didn't know Phil was going to be out there on the show that day. So when he came up, I was like, there it is. Yes. You know what I'm saying? So I think the same thing is going to happen. They will have, I think Warzone is not out of reach. Apex is not out of reach. Announcing these games and a roadmap even. Also, I think the biggest thing is going to be that they are going to announce new features and roll them out. That's going to be another huge thing. So they're going to kill a lot of birds with one stone is what I think. This and now, even if it doesn't all happen on that day, I think within this June, July, all the way up to the supposed next gen console launches, I think we're going to be getting a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, man, I agree. I mean, there's not really much else to add to that. It looks like they're just, like you said, they're getting everything lined up. They've been dropping these bangers, as Bippity Bop said. These were just the mozzarella sticks, and them mugs was banging. I think the summer Connect is going to be amazing, and this E3 or this event they're going to be at is going to show major changes. Just they're going to be taken very seriously. Eyes are going to be shifted, and ideas or thoughts on the platform are going to be changed. You know what I mean? When this comes, so yeah, looking forward to some really big shit, really big.
Excellent. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. Like I tampered, and when I caught my ultimate L that got branded in my back. Remember when I said everyone taper your expectations? Google ain't gonna show shit at that last
Yep.
connect, and then they put on the baby. They put on the Unity ring and the baby powder, and they backslap me to.
But that's what we need them to do. We need you to do that, Em.
Yes, I'll take the licks. Yes, that's what we need, man. I don't even know what to say anymore. Like I don't know what type of expectation to garner, because anything that I say, they're going to outdo it. I mean, today was something to be holding on. And I know a lot of people in the console world is going to say, oh, these games, these aren't groundbreaking games, but no. You're talking about you guys on the periphery are praising Xbox because they said they're going to give you access to 1,000 old ass games, and some of those old ass games they're going to double the frame rate. Something that Stadia is already doing with games that you play now. So if you guys can praise that, and a platform that in its entire existence is only 6-7 months old can give you better games with their subscription model than a platform that's been around for 2 decades, that speaks volumes to me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know where to start. What my expectations are. Like next in the TSI podcast tomorrow, guys. When Brian asked me what to expect, I'm just going to say the world. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to give any specific game. I'm just going to say the world, because they're knocking it out of the park. And this again goes against all that rhetoric that says that Google is not serious about this. They take this so seriously now, and day by day it's being proven. So kudos to them.
Don't come in with all the Scarface references, man.
Yeah, just give me the world. Yeah, look, dude. I don't even know what to expect anymore. Like I can't. I tell people to temper their expectations, and I look stupid. Like they're taking this shit seriously. They're definitely taking it seriously. I mean, we all have our thoughts on the communication. I just the day before yesterday, I was hammering them on that, but like they are taking it seriously. Definitely.
Man, I've always had full confidence. I used to sit in y'all's chat at the very beginning, you know what I'm saying? When I was waiting for my code, I used to be lurking around, hearing what people had to say. And in that chat, I never wavered, man. I always had full confidence because, for one, we know it's Google, y'all. Now, Google's new to this. So was Microsoft, though. Remember that? You know? So with that being said, it's Google. They have the technology. They're already leading in the cloud gaming space when it comes to performance. If I'm not mistaken, man, like PS Now, I was on that. I played a few games. It doesn't run like Stadia. Xcloud, you know what I mean? Not to throw shots. I know from experience because I'm a gamer. So Xcloud doesn't run. It runs well. When I cast it to my TV, it doesn't run as well. It runs horribly, right? And it doesn't go above 720p. That's a problem for me because I have a 55-inch Samsung display that I play on, man. I don't want to see any kind of resolution pixels lost, none of that stuff, man. Yeah. So it's a whole lot of things out there, it's just food for thought, man. That's all.
Excellent. Yeah, and I was responding to somebody. Big up to my homie Neethles. He's out there. He's excited that Xbox on select titles is going double frames. They're already doing this on Stadia, brother. They're already doing this. Is on Stadia. On Stadia. It's from the platform level. You see, we got a lot of smart people out here that do the research on games. I just got to dig a little deeper. That's all. All right. So with that said, let's move on let's move on to something that really got the homie Chase, the homie Storm excited this past weekend. Me and 6'4", we're gonna take a backseat and give our thoughts on this, but I need these two guys to explain this. Bada boom, bada bing. Researcher squeezes 44 point. Look at it. This guy.
He's about to fall that chair.
Somebody grab it.
Hey, somebody get him a damn blow-up mattress or something. Put it behind his chair.
Yes. Researchers squeeze 44.2 teraflops, right?
No,
A terabyte.
Terabits. Now, let's get that right now. Let's
God
get that
damn, I
right
got
now.
Xbox on the brain.
Teraflop. We need them flops too, though. We need them flops.
Someone please don't clip that. Terabits through existing fiber optic cables. Storm, Chase, please explain this to us in layman's terms, and then me and 6'4" will hop on the 6'4" first.
Chase, if you don't mind, man, let me go first because Chase takes it to another stratosphere, man. I can't even wrap my brain around. So listen, man, I found this, and I'll tell y'all. Every morning I wake up, I look at my cell phone, and there's some new gaming news out there that just blows me away, man. So I saw this one morning. I'm like, yo, 40. So I thought it said 44 gigabits or something at first, but I had to read it, wipe the crust out my eyes or whatever. And I looked at it, and it said 44 terabits. So I said, yeah, all right, we're talking about 20, 30 years away. You know what I'm saying? Right now, let me check this article out. But it seems like they've already, like these researchers in Australia has already figured out a way using existing technology like fiber and light sources or whatever. And I'll let Chase get into it because Chase, you got to tell the story when you first heard this, man. But go ahead. That's it.
No, man, I almost left the stream on when we were over on Red's channel, man. It was just,
yes, shout out to Stadia Revolution where it dropped that.
When you read through this article, man, it's not just the fact that they did this. They took existing infrastructure, y'all, and added a chip that's literally the size of your fingernail to the hub, which amplifies the network stability. So basically your connection is basically amplified off of a chip. So what they would do is this. In your neighborhood, you have a hub, right? Everywhere that is around your neighborhood, you have these little hubs that basically magnify or increase your internet connectivity. Then there's the main ISP, data warehouse.
The POPs, the nodes, and all that good stuff. Yeah.
And then you have the edge node, which goes to Google. So what they would do is they would drop these chips in every one of these little places to amplify the connection without having to do what? Without having to replace any infrastructure that's already in existence. Y'all, this is some next level. Like, I don't even know what to even think. If they could even give people 2 terabits, that's a wrap.
That's if you don't know what a terabit is, y'all. That's 1,000. Yeah. That's 1,000 gigabits. You know what I mean? That's 1,000 gigabits is 1 terabit. So imagine that 44,000 gigabits, and I got 1 gigabit right now. That's what I'm sitting on right now.
One little chip, y'all. I just let that sink in. A chip. They just plug and play. They just like, oh, here's the chip. Oh, guess what? You got 44 terabits. What? Like, what in the world?
Chase, cloud streaming and all this stuff ain't going to be here for another 10, 20 years. What are you talking about? We don't have the infrastructure, bro.
This technology will be here in the next 10 to 12 years. Mark my words. It will be a decade, but it will be here.
And we hopefully will get a chance to all see it and celebrate it, man. That's all I'm saying.
6'4", what are your thoughts on the revelations of this, man? Cloud gaming is dead, right?
Those were my thoughts. I was just, I was be saying the bullshit.
It's dead. It died.
It
died.
This is definitely, something to shut them up and sit them down, man. That's really all I gotta say. I gotta read it myself, but this is incredible. This is what we've been looking for. Already the mobile space is improving to the point to where you really be able to have cloud gaming on the go anywhere you go at any time. And have that high-end experience, but I mean, just the at-home experience, all of it is changing infrastructurally with very little change. That's amazing because I mean, naturally, you would think they'd have to pull up everything and change everything all the way down to what's in your home, everything, and to know that it's just a chip, that just blows my motherfucking mind. And to the level, I mean, 44.2 terabits. I've never even heard of a terabit. First of all, like Storm was saying, I'm on a gigabit thinking I'm doing things. So shit.
I think there was another article that broke it down even more, and they said this is like 1,000 times faster. Okay, it's well beyond what is even fathomable for for average consumers.
Yeah,
they said it's 1,000 or 100 something times faster than what is capable by NASA. They have the highest internet speeds. They have internet speeds that we're not even going to see from them in 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Retail wise, you know what I'm saying? So commercially rather. So they said this is 1,000 times, I believe, faster than what.
And
they
check it out. Check it out right there. Listen now. It says the average user in the US gets 50.2 megabits per second, right? That's on average. About 1 million times slower than the researcher speed.
Wow. Look at that.
1 million now. Y'all don't have to do the math. Don't even worry about it. I can't do it.
Just sit back. Just sit back. Yep. Unbelievable, man. So yeah, and the homie XV said this just shows why it's silly to bet against the tech. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It just
listen, there's a quote from Bill Gates, man, and it's one of the best quotes of all time. People don't know what they need until it's in their hands.
Word.
Yep.
It speaks for itself, y'all, and it's been, listen, he said that 15, 20 years ago, but said it was true even before he was born.
Yes.
Every form of technology from the time that man stepped on this earth to the point we're at today, that quote rings true at every point of human history.
Yeah,
I agree.
You couldn't have told me 3 years before they came out that I needed a cell phone to help me organize my day and keep up with current events. You could have told me that. I would have said, "Get the hell out of my face! You're nuts." You know what I'm saying? But like to that point of that quote, that it's shown to be proven.
Just like you couldn't tell me that I can game in the cloud and stream now. Hold on. Stream on 2 different platforms, cloud gaming platforms simultaneously, or service and a platform, whatever you want to call it, simultaneously, y'all. Right now, that's 2 platforms I'm streaming on. Then I'm streaming in 4K using Streamlabs OBS, man. Come on. Get up out of here. You can't tell me that either.
It's like, all right, now people, like, when are we going to stop being deniers? But it is what it is, Yeah. Any last thoughts before we move on? Nope. All right, so I got a bonus one. Nobody knows about this. This is not in the show notes. Chase, is somebody standing behind you to catch you? Because you're going to fall on this one. I don't think you've even seen this one yet. Are we ready? Bada boom, bada bing. Baldur's Gate 3 sizzle is dropping tomorrow.
Oh. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Did he leave his house? Did he put it up for sale?
What is the source?
Put it up for sale. Oh no! Hey, Baldur's Gate 3. I like that Superman shirt, by the way. Baldur's Gate 3 is dropping. Sizzle is dropping tomorrow. Larry and Stu.
He's been talking about it. He's been talking about it since we first got a buzz, man. The brother Chase, man. He's been on it. He's been talking about it. Him and Kai and everybody else. I've heard it like 100 times. And I'm happy every time I hear it, man, because I'm looking forward to that. 6-4's been talking about it. I mean, that right there is huge. And 6-4, man, that's the good luck dude right there, y'all. Every time he's around, something drops.
Yep. So,
that's crazy. Wow.
6-4, what are your thoughts on this, man? I mean, being that you predicted this, you know what I'm saying? What are your thoughts?
I didn't predict no sizzle real tomorrow. Nah, man. Again, this is one of those games for me personally that it's like I want to see more. So this would be that thing, like, another game I was watching yesterday. I was like, okay, this has kind of convinced me. You know what I'm saying? So this would be the game. This can be the reel that can really just push me over the edge, because I know how Chase. Mainly, I've been hearing it from Chase, just like, man, this is it. This is the one. This is it. This is the one. So I'm about to see a little more.
I don't even know what to say, man. I feel like I feel like a televangelist right now. Like I just don't know what to say. Yo, I completely missed this because I was in a conference call. Like for real. Like that's Larry and oh my God, y'all stop.
Sizzle dropping tomorrow. Yeah. If it has Stadia, at the end.
Stop, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling y'all, this game is going to be this game. I mean, I don't know that it's going to have as much depth as ESO because ESO is so expansive. Yeah. But it's going to have so many layers to it, and it's a game that has been years in the making, y'all. It's going to be something special. I hope in this sizzle reel they say a date that early access is dropping. If they say that, y'all, you may not see me for 4 or 5 days. I'm not
I know.
Here's the kicker, y'all. We know if what Chase said, I want y'all to think about this and tell me what y'all think about this. If they release tomorrow the date that the early access is coming, that's something else that you take away that's going to be revealed at the Connect. That lets you know that there's bigger news than that being revealed at the Connect, if this isn't part of it.
There you go, Bibbidi Bop. There you go. He says so much Stadia news, OMG. And it's just the beginning, y'all. This is what we bought into it for. This is what, hey, man, people threw stones at my house, man. Hey, listen, I'm telling y'all right now. Founder, what? You're a founder. You're a fool is what you are. You're a founder. You paid $129 just to get your little 3 stars and everything. Look, bro, it's more serious than that, man.
Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you something. If they do this, and this may be what they're up to, I'm just telling you, man. Just listen to my frame of mind for a second. My New York state of mind. Listen to my state of mind for a second. If they do Baldur's Gate 3 early access for free on Pro, I'm done, y'all. That's it.
Oh, that's
listen, I don't know. Listen, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. I seriously don't.
I know what you're gonna do with your life. I know you're gonna be playing a lot of Baldur's Gate. You know what I'm saying? We won't be on any other game.
And he's like, put me in, coach.
You know? Hey, look at Eddie. You know he got to do it. Eddie was lurking. He was lurking until you heard that drop, man.
Damn.
You know?
Bro, oh my God. Yo,
And
I swear to God, don't do it, Stadia. Don't play with people's emotions.
Yeah. No, they won't.
I swear to God, if you do Pro and you say that you're going to do this on there for free for early access, I'm done. I won't say nothing.
And 6'4" is over there. I like it. 6'4" is over there having a good time, smiling and laughing. I just thought about something. I'm like, damn, man, I could probably play this on my One X, man. But then I realized that it's just on PC and Stadia right now, right?
Yeah.
Wow. So that I was talking about Stadia logo being at the end of the trailer. Of course it would. Wow.
Yo, Kai's right. ESO and Baldur's Gate 3 on Stadia. Dear Lord, y'all, you don't understand, man. This is an MMORPG lover's dream, bro. These two games.
Yeah.
I was just dealing. Let me see if I can find this tweet. So
I'm sorry, y'all. I know I'm on hype level like 10 right now, but I'm hyped.
Man,
I am
hyped. You don't have to apologize.
Yeah.
You don't have to apologize for something you love.
No,
exactly.
I just wanted to make sure you wasn't leaving and selling the house. That's all. It looked like you were getting ready to go. You were heading to the realtor. I didn't know what was going on, good brother. So,
I had to leave for a second because my mind couldn't take what I just read. I couldn't take it.
See, you should have had a glass right now. That proper man should have been right by your right side. You know.
No, not this early in the afternoon. And definitely, listen. When I get back home tonight, I got some personal things I got to take care of. But when I get back home tonight, you best believe I'm gonna be celebrating.
I hear that. I'll be right there.
A tweet that. And again, this is a supporter of mine, but they're ignorant to the fact, so they think that they got an argument leg up on me. I don't know why people want to argue me. I don't wake up. I guess I rub people the wrong way. But I had tweeted out earlier that all this, as far as the pro games, all this plus ESO coming free for pro members, good stuff. Stadia. And my homie Sagnosis, also known as Wipeout HD, he's a big time PlayStation guy. He says, "Play MMO RPG on Stadia and watch your data crumble." And I said, "Oh, how? You must not understand the technology. No, now it's more compressed than ever since launch. You know." And then he tried to hit me with the 10 dBs. He said, "Now this is when they run out of arguments because they don't know what they're arguing against." He says, "You understand?" He says, "I know you cap hard, brother. I hope they're paying you well." So I had to hit him with the dosage. I said, "Look, man, you understand that you need the same amount of internet recommended to play Fortnite and Overwatch smoothly to play Stadia, right? People play those games all day. Now, who's capping for what?" And this is an excerpt talking about the recommended levels of internet that you need to play Fortnite and Overwatch, right? 15 to 25 megabits. That's what they're recommending at least. Look at what you need for Stadia. This is at launch. And Chase can attest that the data usage is even lower now, right, Chase?
Yeah. Hold on, Eddie was telling me I got to say something. Keep going.
Okay. And then I just hit him with the smiley face. What's going on here, man? Eddie, don't do this to us.
I think Eddie was ready to come in.
Oh, hold on, Eddie. Oh, shoot. Okay. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
We got Eddie. Hold on, Eddie.
What's going on, guys? Actually, I just won't lost more than 1 minute of you guys. I just want to remember that this Mr. here, MM2K, is going to be on the next episode of This Week on Stadium Filter next Tuesday. So
Yes.
don't forget about that as well, guys.
Yes, definitely. Oh, I will be there, my friend. Oh,
All right,
I'm sorry. How long were you waiting? My bad, man. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Don't worry. I'm sorry. It's 4:00. I gotta go to the post office to post the Greg Doyle's case. He bought one case, and I gotta put it there.
Oh,
Nice.
Shout out to Greg.
All right.
Shout out to Greg.
Talk to
All
you guys
right.
later. Bye.
Hey, see you later. All right, we got a date. We got a date with Eddie later. You know what I'm saying? We can't say nothing because Chase is here. We can't talk because Chase is here. Yeah, Team B, baby. TSI Team B, baby. We're gonna get some work in. With that said, no, big ups to Eddie. Thank you for that. Yes, I will be on the show next Tuesday. We will advertise that the week of Stadia. This week
I gotta go
Stadia.
too. I just realized what time it was.
Oh, okay. All right. Peace out.
All right. Peace out.
Later, 6-4. Project, chat, be good, y'all.
Yep.
All right. So that's big news, guys. Definitely. And man, amazing week for Stadia. It's just getting better and better. Yeah. Let's do this real quick because we got 5 minutes before Stadia Store starts with their show, and we're doing a double header. So let's hit people with let's hit some people with some questions. Let me see here. Let me go run through the chat. He says, I'll celebrate tomorrow. Black Guy. Looks like you already got your drink, good brother.
Yo, my landscaper just came, so I might not be answering questions, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening. I'm gonna stay right here, though. I'm gonna stay right here.
I got you. Antonio says he was telling his wife goodbye. Laugh out loud talking about Chase. Let's see here. What else we got here? The Guinness says, I hope they make it free to pro, even I don't play much MMO games. Yeah, that'll still, the great point. That'll still be a value to gamers, though. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
The homie Bippity Bop. I got to get you on the show, man. Return my calls, Bippity. No, I got to get you on the show, brother. He says, I thought Baldur's Gate 3 would be at the next Connect. This is insane. What a time to be alive. That's what I'm saying. He hits what I'm saying. If they made this announcement now, if this ain't even part of the Connect, that means that there's going to be bigger stuff there, man, as far as I'm concerned. So, Black Guy says, Baldur's Gate and Stadia, dear Lord. What else we got here? He says, from press release I just got for ESO, also coming to Stadia on June 16th, including with the gift. Including a gift with purchase on purchases made between 16th and the 29th. What? Oh, snap. So it sounds like if you buy the game between the 16th and the 29th, you're getting a gift. Any thoughts on that? 6-4?
It's kind of sounding like there's going to be big competition. So we may see early access of Baldur's Gate and ESO competing.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's just kind of what it kind of makes me feel, So Chase, we may not be seeing that guy for a while.
And that's crazy because they're willing to compete and really so close on a young platform. That means that they're, like Ubisoft said, that games are doing well there. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. That is insane. Big up. We got a Rockstar in the house. We got Megatron X in the house. You know what I'm saying? So big ups to Megatron. Thank you for stopping by. Let me see. Phoenix says, true. I was thinking to get all Nintendo consoles as it was extremely rare. We'll get Nintendo games on Stadia. That would be cool.
That would be crazy.
Absolutely. And he said, I recently bought my Pixel 4 XL and my Pixel Go. Hey, I upgraded to the Pixel 3 XL. I'm a little disappointed because this is the one without the headphone jack, but it's a much better screen and it's a much better phone than the 3A. So I'm enjoying it. And I'm love playing Stadia games on it, particularly Octopath Traveler. Hey, as a fan of Octopath Traveler, real quick before we answer a couple more questions before we go, have you gotten into it yet? 6-4 on Stadia?
I hadn't gotten to it on Stadia yet. There's that, and I need to get Sundered on Stadia as well. Yeah.
Let's see here. Marine 699 says, what's up, Project Storm? What's up to you, my friend? And I'll say lastly, because we only got a couple minutes left. Hold on one second. What's up, Marine 669 balls.
Yeah, Marine also said, "What's up, you first?" Just to let you know, man.
Yeah,
that damn lawnmower's out here. What's going on, Meg? It was so much fun, man. You got chopping it up out there, saying hello to Mamatron X, man, in the chat. That was the highlight of my damn week, Meg. Got to let you know.
Absolutely. And I'll take. Let me see. XV says, "Yo, I'm telling you, when we get the developer sell stats next, GDC Stadia is going to have a much better sell percentage than most platforms." That's an interesting take. What you guys think about that, real quick?
Yeah, it's funny because I just looked back at the Stadia Connect. What was it, like the roundup video, the recap video, and it's got over 6 million views, man. So for a platform that's got no eyes on it and nobody cares about, that's quite a bit of attention, if you ask me.
All right.
So I think
we're actually over. I didn't mean to be over. Yeah, we'll wrap this up. And 6-4, let the good people know where they can find you at, man.
Okay, cool. You can find me on Twitter at Freeform64, and if you go onto YouTube and put in the with the /, you put in LXIV Gold, and you'll find my YouTube channel there.
Absolutely. Projekt, where can they find you?
Hold on 1 second, man. I got to lock. All right, the landscapers. My wife.
That's all right. That's all right.
No, check it out. YouTube. You can definitely find me on YouTube. You just put in youtube.com /C /Projekt Storm. You can find me there, and then you can also find me on Twitter at the Nephophiliac, which means lover of lover of cloud. All right,
cool. And this is what I'm going to do, guys, for everybody, whether you're watching on YouTube or on Facebook. Big ups to our Facebook viewers. That is the link to Stadia Source. I'm putting it. They're live right now. Go check them out. They got a nice lineup, and they're talking about what they've been playing right now. And they're going to get into the latest news. So you definitely want to talk to them, or listen to them rather, and get their breakdown of the latest news. So with that said, you can catch me here. You can catch me with the Broadband Bullies. I believe I'll be doing a multiplayer podcast with Z later on today. And then we got the TSI podcast tomorrow. So check us out on Club Stadia TV. And with that said, you all have a wonderful, wonderful gaming day. Peace.
See y'all.
Stay sick cause I follow my gut. They say I was pushing my luck. I'ma push me a matte all black truck. Oh, I'm not sorry.